Hello, this is Playing Shapes 2. Last time I unlocked the ability to make crystals. The next thing on the major goal is a train delivery, but before we do that, I'm just going to get some of the side tasks done. There's only 3. The only thing is, I'm actually not sure how this is going to work out because I have to get a crystal on the entire thing and stack something above it. Well, this guy will be super easy. I'm not sure how that's going to go. In addition to that, I did build this setup here. It's basically my system I'm going to be using for creating the crystals. Only issue is it's not fully efficient. I don't know why that is. Let this run for a minute or 2 and I'll show you what I mean. So I've got some liquid lined up. I've got our, in this case, squares going in. And I suppose in this case, nothing actually happens because I'm not giving myself any space to actually create any crystal. But yet, nonetheless, it's not that I care about. It's the fact that I don't have a 100% output. And since I'm supposed to have 6 of these in order to have a full output, and I've got 6, so we're getting close to 100. Oh, hold on. It is hitting 100. Now, I wonder if that would go away if we actually had to have this machine do something. Oh, you know, no. I know it's a problem. Never mind. We are not outputting anything, and we need to have a trash there to actually get things flowing. Okay, we'll give that a second and see what happens. Okay, so we seem to have maintained 100%, but I believe that's just because we're not actually creating crystals. So when we create a little bit of space where a crystal would be forced to be made, let me just take what is there, clear that, and we'll see what's going to happen here. Just like to see if I can get this at 100% before I actually go and build stuff with crystals. Now we've got our first half squares arriving, and we can see some crystal. Oh, I see how I'm going to probably make a full crystal. I could just do this, make half of it, and then recombine it afterwards. Okay, that actually solves one of my problems, but that's not the problem I was trying to solve at the moment. What I'm trying to solve right now is get this at 100%. Let this run for a little bit, but yeah, maybe it won't happen. We'll see. I think, yeah, we are kind of, okay, now that we're outputting something, it's down to what, 50, 60? Not good. Not good. I'm not sure why. But yeah, I could see these guys seem to be backed up. Maybe they just simply may need more than we actually have. Acquire building for a fully saturated belt of items with equal upgrades 6. So maybe 8. I'll consider starting designing a platform. See if we can do any better. This time, starting off, I'm going to put in a much larger tile, a 2x3. We'll put in 4 of these, but this time, why don't we try to expand maybe up to 8? Let's see, we have a bit of an issue with our pipe, so we'll correct. Oh no. Oh, right, I had designed this such that the liquid was on the bottom floor. And we're gonna load in the middle floor. This would be 1. I don't know if it's just gonna be as simple as taking this. Oh, not, Okay, maybe I thought there would be a little bit more room than there actually is. What if we just jam them side by side? That doesn't quite give me enough room to work here, though. All right, let me consider options. This is what I'm going to try. Basically the same design here, it looks like, except for now I'm getting 8 instead of 6. let's drive these forward. So we want to go up. Maybe I'll go up the kind of last minute type of thing. Just giving just enough room for that pipe to be able to fit underneath. We'll do the piping after. So this should give us, oh, that didn't actually quite connected it. Clean up that end. So that would be one. Oh no. Realizing didn't want to actually combine those, did I? All right, we'll take that up to there. And just use my anchor to get up to this point. We've got space for that liquid to get through. Let's go up to this floor. Do a similar thing, except for this time we won't actually have to go up because we already are up. We can even maybe try sneaking in an extra tile, not that we probably will need it. And this will be 3. And this guy over here will be 4. Go to the top floor. This is where we want to go down. Actually, could I have brought that up a floor? Hold on. Wonder if there would be some value in that. Take this, cut that. Let's go up a floor. Give what we think will be enough space. That way, when I go in from here. Oh, that's nice because I could just go directly through like this, and I see I've left myself enough room, which is nice. Now we just have to do the outputs. So did I do, no, I didn't do the output here. So this is the bottom floor. So we need 3 different floors. 1. It's kind of nice having the 2x3 because there's lots of room to work with. And we'll want to go up. Did I actually give myself enough room to do this end first? We'll see what that last one. 2, 3, and then this guy here. Maybe actually would have worked. Okay, that is our second floor. And then these guys just need to go up. And this should be easy as long as yeah, piping should be fine. I just don't know whether we're actually going to get 100% output. To do similar, you know what? Let's just copy it this way through. Go to the top floor. Nothing is in our way at this point. It feels like lots of wasted space, but I'd rather have this be a little bit bigger and have 100% efficiency than being smaller with not 100%. So we'll draw this in, and then it's just the amount of, or the effect of the liquid getting through. So what I'm going to do is just put in, we'll have this guy, we'll have each floor by liquid independently, or into each of the 4. Rather, one floor will do 1/3. So this is going to be 1/3 of it from floor 1. Let's go to floor 2. Actually, I don't think we... There, that's actually proper. Oh! I did not... Okay, this is fine. Maybe. We push this back a little bit. Have not considered that. We actually could have gone... Let's do this. Let's move this over a little bit. Give ourselves a little extra room to work with. This would allow me to output liquid here. And then I've got this. And then I could go up or down, but I'm going to have... Oh, I ended up doing 3rd floor. Let's do the 2nd floor too. Didn't quite work. There we go. Combine these, but maybe take these in this direction. And how do I make sure so we could take this guy down? Okay, boom. That's I didn't quite make it, did it? So confusing. How are you supposed to see and make sense of this? I actually don't even think. Yeah, we should just stay on. We already were on the second floor. And I want to go to the second floor. Oh my goodness. How do I get rid of you? Get rid of you. Okay, let's go up a floor. Okay. All right, so there is that. And then once I've got this, I can connect you there. Connect you there. Connect you there. Not that I think it matters, but put that in like that. And then I'm now free. Go down here. We'll go to the bottom floor. We'll wrap ourselves such that we can access 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now does this actually give us 100% output? What I'm going to do is just put that there. Let's put in a trash. We'll let it run for a little bit and then see what happens after a bit. Okay, a bit of disappointment here still. I don't know if we're actually at the same level. I don't think we've done anything. So more buildings are not helping. Clearly I can see that the shapes are all lined up. There's no lack of shapes. Perhaps it really is an issue with the liquid. Let's see. 7,200. And it needs 600. Okay. 1/12 of... I mean, we need a lot less liquid than we need shape. So why are we having such a problem? What I've done is I've got rid of the second and third floor. Let's just concentrate on these guys. In fact, maybe I'll even disconnect the liquid going in here. We'll just concentrate on one row. Just make it easier to see. Maybe even do this. So are we able to get... Oh, okay. That has changed things. And if I go back, we no longer get the 100%. Okay, hold on. Let me do a little bit of math here. I think what we've got... it's not just one row that's consuming 600. And it probably is a matter that we actually just need it 6. But I think it's the fact that we're splitting. Okay, so now that I've got 2 of them hooked up to liquid, we're getting 100%. Okay, something to do with the liquid, definitely. If I put in 3, maybe we'll still get 100%. I bet you when we get to the 4th, that'll stop being the case. It's possible, maybe. I could just do some working with the pipes. Am I going to be forced to have 1? Actually, no, I won't. I won't need to have 1 to 4. I can connect 2 together, and I can connect that pipe to 2 of these guys. In fact, maybe even 3. Okay, not 3. You can't connect 3. But if I were to cut this... and only have 2, I think that's going to go to 100%. It's looking, yeah. Oh, I think we're going to get there, basically. All right, let me study this for a bit, and I'll see if I can make some sense of what I've just learned. So just before I go too far, what I want to know is I've got these 4 things connected. If I get rid of these 2, am I going to get the same efficiency, or is it going to drop? Oh, it drops. Do I need more than 1? Not that I think that matters, though that definitely does. Do I need... No, that's not right. That's not right. More liquid than just one input. Never considered that might be the case. Okay, let me think. So I think I see it now. Each one of these is going to be able to drop off 1800 at a time. And if I divide that by the 600 that this consumes, I can see that that's not enough. In fact, I need twice the amount. So if I were to add a second one, we'd be fine. And I should be now getting a 50% output. Seems to be bouncing around, but I think in reality, if I let it run enough, it's at 50%. Okay. So I actually do need two liquids. So when you're doing crystals, you need two liquids. The only other thing I'm curious, if I was only coloring a quarter of something, do I need a different amount of liquid to run? Let me test that quick. What I'm doing for the test here is I'm doing a cut in half, doing a turn with another cut. This should actually make it perform even slower if it matters. Do the other thing where I've got like a quarter only to fill. Let this run, see what happens. If I think the size of the crystal matter, I would have expected to drop well below 50%. I'm just going to do the opposite of this, but I'm pretty sure that how much you actually put in here doesn't matter. Now I'm producing, after a little bit of stacking cuts and turning things around, an object that only has 1/4 missing. And what are we doing? We're only providing one. So again, expecting not to get an improvement here. Then we'll know for sure whether the amount of space for the crystals affects anything or not. So watching this get filled up, my bet is this is not going to go to 100% just because we're only filling a quarter of a crystal. It's looking like that is what it's going to be. Seems like it's getting a bit higher though. Maybe not. Dropping. Either way, we're clearly not at 100, and I bet what will get us there is if I just connect that, I bet you this will sit at 100. So that means we need twice the amount of liquid. And in terms of the actual piping, do we need a 1-to-1? Or we need 2 to go to 1, but could I have done, it's not going to allow me, for instance, to do this. Or would it? Because that would save me a bit, knowing this. If I could put 4 on one pipe, 1800. I mean, yeah, looks like I definitely can do that much. Okay, that'll save me a bit. But if I were to add this isn't going to work unless I take, okay, let's let this, if I want that to get to 100%, it's not going to work unless I double it up. So, if I understand correctly, I could go here, take these, go down with that. See that we're not getting 100%, but if I add this to the mix, at least it's not a piping issue. I don't need to have 1-to-1 piping. I can still have one pipe, I think. I could be wrong here. But I think we're now going to go to 100. It looks like it. Okay. All right. Bit surprised there, but so my overall design where I have one liquid pipe going in and one shape pipe going in for the whole system, probably not going to work. Let me do some thinking on how I would route all this together. Just before I go too far, there is one thing I need to know. Is this a limitation of the actual pipe here. As in, if I had have brought in 2 of these, and we're only going to read, let's stop inputting from the bottom or the mid floor. So we're going to consume like so. Will that allow me to do things also? Just checking. Yeah, I should just keep this simple, but I'm pretty sure this isn't being consumed. But just to simplify, let me just put this in there. We'll let that run for a bit and see what happens. Just before I get too excited and assume that I can actually have this set up simply just by plugging 2 in, curious if this is actually going to drain this such that I need to double up 2 of these. In fact, let's cut that. I just have a regular 4 going in. Will that be enough? Take this last one through like that. And let these run for a bit and see if we can get 100% in this scenario. Now that I'm running this experiment for a bit, I see that I've got 100%, and that's actually really good news in my mind. Make sure that's the case on all 4 of these. It is. Okay, so we do need to split these such that these input in 2 locations, but the actual main belt, we don't need twice the amount of color, which is what I thought we needed there. So that's a little bit of good news. But with 2 of these, obviously my original design will need a little bit of work. Let's see how I do on that. So we've got this setup going back to my 2x2. I'm curious if I can plug in enough liquid here to increase this. Right now, obviously not at 100% output there. I think the first thing to try, because this is a situation where I've got 1 pipe that feeds everything. Let's just see if I can simply do this. I'll have to remember that we've got the floor, second floor there. I'm up on the top floor. Connect these, and let me think about how this might work. Let's go here, go down, connect into that, and somehow maybe get rid of that extra piece there. If I can combine these, don't have a lot of room to work with. Oh, that would technically be combining it, wouldn't it? Okay. My guess is no. This won't add it or make it effective, but let that run, let that run for a minute. Okay, realizing we're having a problem. I made the assumption that when I connected all these pipes that there was 1 pipe to feed everything, but I must have been experimenting before I left this. This is definitely a situation where these bottom 4 are going and feeding just this 4. These guys all seem to be the second and third floor that is outputting at 100%, but the bottom floor is a bit of an issue. I think that's simply because they're only being provided by 4 of these. If I were to just throw a connection here like that, would that change things? If it was, that's nice. If not, I think I'll be able to just split some of these in such a way. But oh, not sure. Is that going to get up to 100? Okay, so still, oh no, even the second floor still not at 100. Okay, we're going to need to split it. That's not going to work. Okay, but so maybe the goal should be go back here. We'll make it 2 floors or 8 input. We'll go into 1 system. So this is 1 system here. Right now, we've got that being fed by 4 of these. If I go to the second floor, Didn't really need to do that exactly, but let's put those back in 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's take this and make that go down to the bottom floor and converge. For some reason, it decided not to connect these. Okay, so we've got 8 going into this, one system here. Let's let that run for a second and see if this gets to 100. I think it has. Okay, so that's going to be how we're going to do it. Can I route the rest of it? So this system here, let's look at this one. Right now, that is on the middle floor. That should not be giving 100% output because, well, or no, actually because it's being overloaded. Let's sever the connection such that this guy is only being fed from here. And then let's split this up such that we get the bottom 4. That's going to merge with these top 4. So let's do that. Let's go up, 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 push into there. And then I think we're going to get our mid floor outputting correctly. Actually, that one goes to the top, so it should actually be technically the top floor. Let that run for a second and verify. Actually, it shouldn't take too long if it's going to go through. I think it has. Okay. And the last part we've got, let me see. We've got the second and third floor, which is currently going north. If I get that to go into here, I think we have it. It's just a matter of connecting these 2 pipes, I think. If I can figure that out. Okay, so take this, go up a floor. Maybe we have something here. And if that's the case, I will have to, I don't think this should be too bad. I'll just have to space things out a little bit, but let me let that run and see if it actually is going to be at 100%. Uh-oh. Okay, notice that we've got one problem and it's easily fixed, I think. We just have one of these not actually outputting anything for us. And now we're going into there. So let's double check. We've got all a dozen there. Not missing any, and all dozen there. And we're getting 100% output, looks like to me, on the top floor. Middle floor, also 100, and I can see the bottom floor. I think we have it. Okay, so then, how's this next part going to work? Let's get rid of that. Can I actually use this setup? I'm going to have to space things out a little bit. Let's see. Okay, let's take this guy. And we want 4 of them. We're all kind of already moving stuff around, so we'll put that there. Get this to go there. Okay. This one is liquid. Set that up there. This one's going to be easy. Take liquid, put that there. And then there. And if I just move that a little bit. Before I commit on this one, though, I'm going to see if I can shrink things a little bit. But let's, before I get ahead of myself, let's see if it actually works. So put trash on either of those ends. Let that run for a bit and see what kind of output we get. All right, I'm seeing that this is not working, and now I know why. Is because the way that I'm doing this, it is basically slowing things down, I think, such that, let me think, 12 of these are getting through, and then I'm trying to do 24 output, and it's not working. I see. I may not be able to use this setup, which is too bad, but let me think about it a little bit. That's just going to require me to have to go on the bottom floor. I don't like that. Okay, let me calculate options. Really don't like building on the second platform floor, so I'm trying still to get a way around this. My thinking is I need to have 2 liquids be able to cross. The way that I've got it right now, this is going to provide 2 of these. So I'd be able to put in shapes here and here. I could do the same thing here. Oh no, I can't. Oh no, I can. Couldn't I? No, I can't because this is going to slow down my shapes. Also, if I'm going to be copying and pasting things through, we should make sure that we get everything built on the second and third floor. Oh, but the only thing is if I put this here, this may just be too ugly. I might be forced to go on the second floor because we're going to need liquid into this. So let's say I went across like that. I could take this and do that. In theory should work. But this is in reality I should probably put that there maybe. Okay, so if that would go there, I'd be able to get my liquid to go across like that. That could go there, 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 and there. I don't know why that didn't merge. Oh, I can't connect 4. Shouldn't be a big problem. What if we just did this, kind of like the dance around? Okay. And we still have one more to do. No, wait a minute. This would result, we need this there. This would result in 2 of these trying to feed the 4. See where this is failing. All right. Let me just put that to the side in case I decide I want that, but I think we're just gonna have to do this. What I don't want to do is, let's see, should I put which one where? One has to be going below the other. Let's put liquid just plain. And when we do the floor, we'll come up and feed from the bottom. Oh, this one maybe doesn't matter. And then let's just feed these guys normally from this side. So that would go into there. I mean, this will work. I just don't love it when these things because then I have to like go down the second floor to delete it. Anyway, let's not worry about that just now. Let's at least test to see if it works. The idea is I'd be able to put in liquid, I'd be able to put in my shapes, and I should be able to get 4 outputs. Now, in theory, I should be able to do this as well. Get that running, and if that works, maybe that'll just have to be with my blueprint when I want to work with crystals.
All right, taking note that I actually would need 4 of these if I actually want that to output fast enough such that I could actually verify if this works. It's looking good. Looking good here. 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 Oh. I don't know if that was just a hiccup from what I just did, but I think that is okay. Well, that being the case, let's see. Is there any way I could have compressed this just a little bit more? I kind of think maybe what I should have done is just take this, do that. That way I can kind of come in. I think it's just a little bit more clean if I did that. All right, now when I do a blueprint, I need to go, now that I know this has to be on multiple floors. Take this, will not include the output track. See if this is a blueprint. I'll put that in my new section. I'll call this crystal times 4. All right, so that is my blueprint, I guess, when I'm producing some crystals. Let me take a break and see if I'm going to go any further today. Okay, so I think I am going to leave it there for today. I am happy, though, because I started with a platform which was not working. And realizing all I had to do was double up my inputs and make sure that I don't have one pipe feeding everything. Turns out I didn't need 8 of these. It says you only need 6, and it's right. You need 6 of these, but you need twice the amount of liquid going in like this. But one belt's still enough to provide for this, which is really nice, actually. So when I come back, I will get, I suspect I'll be able, the other thing that actually don't know, but I'm pretty sure I know how to make this a full, I guess crystal, object. I could just do half of it on one side and then stack them, like rotate stack. Is there any other crazy designs just looking ahead? This is just connecting blue and red, and this is just multiple colors. That should be fairly easy. Then down here, I see there's pins. We'll have to be careful with that. I don't think there's anything that's going to trip us up. Anyways, yeah, I'm happy with what I've learned, my new platform. And next time, I'll give that a go, get those tasks out of the way. And a little bit more shapes too. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you next time.